So I came across this particular article from the Nation newspaper with the headline, Open Rebellion. And from one side, they have put a photo of Uhuru Kenyatta and Rigathi Gachagua. This is because recently Rigathi Gachagua mentioned about his plan to reconcile with the former head of state, Uhuru Kenyatta. And from the other side, they have put a photo of Raila Odinga together with President William Samoei Ruto. So the media is trying so much harder to convince the people of the Republic of Kenya that there is a fallout within the Kenya Kwanza alliance between William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua. But in my considered opinion, this is not true. I believe there is unity within the Kenya Kwanza alliance because President William Ruto was very clear enough that he will never ever allow his deputy to be humiliated again. Remember how William Ruto was humiliated by the former regime, Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Amolo Odinga. And I strongly believe that President William Ruto is a man of his word. So he will never ever allow that to happen again. But also, do not ignore the red flags. Remember how the media used to tell us about the fallout between Uhuru Kenyatta and President William Ruto, by then the deputy president. Majority of people did not actually believe that will come to pass until when finally Uhuru Kenyatta endorsed Raila Odinga for president. That is when now things came to the reality. When you look at this particular issue deeply, you can clearly tell that William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua are somehow reading from a different script. Like for example, Raila Odinga and President William Ruto are 100% supporting the bipartisan dialogue talks at the Bomas of Kenya. But Rigathi Gachagua has always insisted, has always maintained that the dialogue meeting at the Bomas of Kenya is going nowhere. Also, the second example is that Rigathi Gachagua has always talked about the shares in government. People with the largest share in this government, like for example the Mount Kenya region, the Rift Valley region, but President William Ruto recently in the Luo Nyanza region tour, William Ruto has always maintained that the government will provide services for each and every Kenyan because they are all Kenyans.
A decisive vote for President William Ruto in 2027 and to make sure that we increase our shareholding in his government from 47% to almost 60%. Many people are uncomfortable about our shareholding. Ni kidogo is only 47. 27 tutaiongeza itakuwa mingi zaidi.
It is primitive and backwards for anybody to imagine that any region of Kenya cannot get development on account of how they voted. That is not right. That is not correct. And I want to assure the people of Kenya that we are going to move together as one nation.
So you cannot ignore the red flags. But in this particular video here, I just want us to talk about this issue. Raila Odinga's biggest headache currently is Rigathi Gachagua. And I will explain to you the reason as to why I'm saying this. So recently, Raila Odinga, during an exclusive interview at the KTN with Ken Mijungu, he mentioned something. Let me just read for you this particular statement that Raila Odinga made. If you ask me, it is a tragedy that this country has someone like Gachagua as a deputy president. He should not even be the head of a chicken pen because of the way he behaves. Gachagua talks as if he is the deputy president of Mount Kenya alone and not the rest of the country. Now, when you look at this particular issue from your general view, you will agree with me that all the Azimio One Kenya Alliance supporters and leaders are totally against Rigathi Gachagua. They are currently hating on Rigathi Gachagua. But the question here is, why? That is what I'm going to explain to you very briefly. But before that, if you're watching me up to this particular point, I'm requesting you to please take a second or two and just subscribe to my channel. Give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend this particular video here to reach out to others. To my returning subscribers also, I really want to appreciate you so much for your continued support. If you also want to automatically receive the notifications updates from YouTube immediately I post a video on this channel, just press the notification bell down below. Having said that, now let us go straight into the deeper details of this particular video. First of all, let me explain to you how Azimio would wish. First of all, it is Azimio La Umoja Alliance wish that Rigathi Gachagua be frustrated in the Kenya Kwanza Alliance by President William Ruto. That one will make them happy. And that is why when William Ruto recently made some changes in his cabinet reshuffled and he expanded Musalia Mudavadi's docket by folding this Ministry of Foreign Affairs, majority of Azimio supporters and leaders were celebrating. Why? Because they believe that William Ruto actually promoted Musalia Mudavadi and demoted Rigathi Gachagua. But in my considered opinion, based on the constitution that we have, which William Ruto is strictly using in his leadership role, it explains very clearly about the duties and the responsibilities of a deputy president. And that is what I believe Rigathi Gachagua is doing. Secondly, it is Azimio One Kenya Alliance supporters and leaders wish that William Ruto kicks out Rigathi Gachagua as the deputy president and brings in Musalia Mudavadi, or appoints Musalia Mudavadi as his deputy ahead of 2027 general elections. So let us wait and see how things will turn out to be. And also, it is Azimio One Kenya Alliance supporters and leaders wish that there will be a fallout between Musalia Mudavadi and Rigathi Gachagua. But the reason as to why I'm saying that Raila Odinga's biggest headache currently or frustration is on Rigathi Gachagua is because of the following reason. As I wind up, first of all, Rigathi Gachagua has managed to block Raila Odinga completely from entering the government. Remember recently when Rigathi Gachagua warned that there could be a revolt in case Raila Odinga is brought into the government. I don't think Rigathi Gachagua can allow that Raila Odinga to be brought in to the government. It will not be easy. And that is why Rigathi Gachagua has always been talking about the shares in the government, that Mount Kenya region should be having the biggest share in the government because of how they voted. But in my considered opinion also, I don't think Rigathi Gachagua should be talking about that particular issue about the share. Yes, it is true. Mount Kenya region, I support them to be having the biggest share in the government. I completely agree with that, but it shouldn't be talked about currently with the current situation to the public, currently with the ailing economy. I think politicians should be very careful of how they talk about their issues in public. Secondly, Raila Odinga's biggest headache is Rigathi Gachagua simply because of the Mount Kenya region. Truth be told, Rigathi Gachagua has done a perfect job in blocking Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta from the larger Mount Kenya region. Rigathi Gachagua alone has successfully kicked out the Azimio One Kenya Alliance from the larger Mount Kenya region. And currently he is on a mission to unite all the Mount Kenya region people, including those in Azimio. So let us wait and see how things will also turn out to be. Remember that Rigathi Gachagua also is currently being looked at by the residents of the Mount Kenya region as their own kingpin, as their own leader, as their immediate leader after Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And finally, Raila Odinga is frustrated over Rigathi Gachagua simply because of the Bomas dialogue talks. Rigathi Gachagua has always maintained that the bipartisan dialogue meeting at the Bomas of Kenya is not going to help Raila Odinga in any way. Let me just read for you this particular article. It says that, I'm assuring you the Bomas talks will get Raila Odinga nowhere. We are in agreement with the President, William Ruto, that we will not get him, Raila Odinga, into the government. So that is what I had to talk about on this particular video. What can you say about these issues? Let me hear your thoughts, your opinion, and your views on the comment section down below. Otherwise, I don't have much. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, my name is Jason, but please don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.